Alright, so basically what we're going to be doing today is to start prepping the piston heads to be ceramic coated. How we're going to do that is to wrap the head in this painter's tape. As soon as we get done doing that, it will be ready to blast it with aluminum oxide. And for the final process, we will be adding the ceramic coating. And that's basically it whenever you're wanting to ceramic coat your piston head. Basically, whenever you wrap the top of it, you can overlap just a little bit. So yeah, that's basically all you gotta do. And now you're ready to go on to the next process. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe. There will be more. I appreciate it.
Okay. There will be more, whether you like it or not. So the next part is the aluminum oxide blasting. It's got aluminum oxide stuff in there, blasting media. One thing I learned really quickly when playing around, you want safety glasses because it will bounce back in your freaking eyeballs. And a mask seemed to be a good idea as well. If I can get it on my head. Now it fogs up my glasses. Alright. So we're just going to blast the top of this. These pistons don't have any indication marker or anything on them to say which way is the intake and which side is the exhaust. Obviously these are bigger reliefs right here. You may or may not be able to see it. These are larger reliefs. That's for the intake side, so I'll be able to know which way to align them. And it clogged up. I don't know if this is going to go everywhere. And it did.
That was amazing.
Okay, we got it working now. And then it stops. Alright, well as it turns out, in Gainesville there are no places that will blast my parts with aluminum oxide. Everybody has glass beads and other things. The directions for the Cerakote say it's got to be aluminum oxide. So I'm up here at the Harbor Freight, just gonna check out the prices, see if they got something that I can get, just like a cheap blast cabinet and air compressor. I don't even have an air compressor, so I'm just I'm gonna see what I can get. There is Father's Day coming up, so hopefully I can get air compressor, a good air compressor for Father's Day. Holy shit, it is hot. Well, I made it home from Harbor Freight. I got $1 or $2 left in my bank account, and this is how I drove all the way home. I have like 0 room. I'm in the dash, but I managed to fit it all in here. The guy at Harbor Freight was pretty impressed with everything that I managed to get in here. It's my little Honda Accord Coupe utility vehicle. I bought a bunch of different stuff while I was there to go with it, with the blast cabinet. Like I said, there's nobody in town that does aluminum oxide blasting for my parts, so I kind of have to do it myself. It wasn't too bad. They sell a lot of cheap parts up there at Harbor Freight, so I don't expect it to last forever, but it'll do the job and get it taken care of. Alright, so here's what all I got. I basically had to get a starter kit for air compressors. So, of course, I got a 3/8 inch air filter, PVC hose. Doesn't even come with the connectors on the end. So I had to buy a pack that comes with connectors. It comes with a little air chuck and some other little crap as well. I needed this too. I had another, what is it, like an airbrush kit, but it did not connect to a big air compressor. It had just a little dinky air compressor. See if I can find it. It might be over here on the ground. Yep, that little piece of crap. So I got a real one. There's the compressor, 21 gallons, 2.5 horsepower, and there is the blast cabinet. Okay, so plans changed again. I ended up going with the blast cabinet. The little handy eraser tool, that thing did not work very well at all. It sucked. It kept stopping up. It didn't work very good. So I just went ahead and set up the blast cabinet. Yeah, it's all beat up, but it worked. It did the job really quick. And there's the pistons. Took like 30 seconds to do that. Pretty good. I like the way it came out. If I can get it to focus. So well, good enough. Yep. So now what I gotta do is clean the shit out of them just to make sure there's no fingerprints or anything on the surface that I'm gonna coat with the ceramic. They said, like, clean them really good, bake them. I'll have to look at the times and everything that I'm gonna bake them just to make sure any oils or anything like that come out and evaporate. Oxidize, I believe, is the word they used. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will get ready to coat them. I gotta retape them, I guess. Okay, so I cleaned the pistons off. Put some mineral spirits on them just to get any of the oil off of them that I might have got on there from touching it or packaging or anything like that. And then I let them bake in the little oven for, I believe it was 300 degrees for 30 minutes. There's the little oven I used. It works out pretty good. Right now they're just cooling off right here. They've got to cool down, of course, before I can even touch them. But they look pretty good. Look pretty even. I did a test spray on a couple little things, and man, this stuff is toxic. Jesus Christ. I've sprayed a decent amount of paint before, and this stuff, it didn't make me feel weird when I first opened it, but god dang, that smell is strong. As you can see, I got my door open, and I got my respirator on because it's pretty noxious. But anyway, so I'm just waiting on them to cool off so I can get started coating. Alright, that's the first coat. I've got a first coat on there. Looks pretty good. It's going to get one more coat, just a real light coat, just to make sure I've got every little spot on there. Of course, like I said, I had to retape them after baking it. Of course, can't bake it with the tape on there. So I'm going to give it one more coat. That shit like the damn burnt my eyes when I opened that container a minute ago. That shit is strong. But anyway, so one more coat, and then it's going to have 20 minutes to cure, air dry, and then 30 minutes in the oven at 175, then ramp it up to 300 for 60 minutes, and then it'll be done.